Hi, we are looking at America. I'm Jeff Dixon, and we're talking about the miracle of America, the American miracle, the miracle that America is in the world stage and how it's playing out, or in this particular episode, how it's not playing out in biblical prophecy. We're entering a series of editions of this mini-series that begins to ask some questions about the possible explanations for the Bible being silent on the future of America. One theory is this, and notice I said theory, again, because the Bible is silent. So now at this point, those who study prophecy are only offering their best educated opinions. Are they right? We'll find out one day. But they're not saying what they say with the intention of deceiving or being wrong, and that's important. First theory that's out there is that America will be incorporated into the European coalition. This answer comes from prophecy expert John Walvoord, who wrote this, and I quote, "Although the scriptures don't give any clear word concerning the role of the United States in relation to the revived Roman Empire, it is clear this will be a consolidation of the power of the West. Unlike the coalitions led by the United States, this coalition will be led by others, the group of 10. Most citizens of the U.S. have come from Europe, and their sympathies would more naturally be with the European alliance and with Russia. Asia and Africa, Europe and America may be in formal alliance with Israel in opposition to the radical Islamic countries of the Middle East." Now, according to this theory, as I'm going to try to explain it to you, although America is not mentioned by name in prophecy, it is certainly going to be in the mix of political realignments that foreshadow the end of time. And in our recent history, we have seen how this realignment might be taking place. Former President George W. Bush welcomed EU Commission President Josh Barroso and the serving President of the European Council, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, to the White House in April of 2007. The President thanked their two for their part in the transatlantic economic integration plan that the three nations signed. It's a statement, or was a statement, of the importance of trade. It's a commitment to eliminating barriers to trade. It's a recognition that the closer that the U.S. and the European Union become, the better off our people become. On the surface, there's nothing ominous about the agreement. It appears to be something as simple as freeing up economic trade between nations. But the agreement has implications beyond just the economics of it. Current President Donald J. Trump has come in the minds of many, blown up a lot of these agreements. He has blown up the trade agreements. And in some ways, what he has done needs to be seen as being very prophetic in his attempt to establish an America First policy. Why does that matter? Well, by establishing an America First policy, he is basically becoming a factor in what are end times events by the way that he has led America to navigate through different relationships with the world around us as we move into the end times. Some have believed that Donald Trump has been a disruptor to that, and that Donald Trump has been someone who has done a few things that has seemed to stall out some of the events that seem to be rolling toward the end times. Don't think of it that way. If you're coming from America, recognize the fact that if indeed God is using Donald Trump to slow down some of the events that seem to be rolling toward end times, it's simply because God has a sense of the timing of it all that we don't understand. And anything that happens from the American miraculous perspective is done with the idea of giving America the opportunity to realign their lives with God and giving America the opportunity to be a force of change and in spreading the gospel, as we've already talked about in a previous episode, to the world around us. So, let it rest for now that America may be incorporated into that relationship with that European coalition that the Bible talks about taking place. If so, so be it. If not, then that is just one theory of why America is not mentioned by name. There's more, and we'll continue that conversation in our next episode.